right. So I'll share with you this news article, which is on NDTV, about a Mexican Indian, no, sorry, Mexican American, who link is put down below, who after I don't know, after these four Indian Americans were outside talking, this lady, I don't know, charged up on them for some reason and started hurling abuses. You fucking this, and you curry smelling asses. And I don't know if she smelled their ass. How did she know that they are smelling, their asses were smelling of curry? She must have done, something. Anyway, forget all that. So yeah, this was an incident that happened. Now, see, here's the funny thing, okay? I shared this incident with my groups and I wanted to see their reaction to it. Here's the thing that surprised me, okay? Our Indians, most of them are Indians. Indian population is so big. You go to the moon also, you'll find an Indian, like they say, So when I shared it with our Indians, there itself, there were two distinct groups. One side were saying this is wrong, okay? The other side were actually, serves them right. And I'll give you the logical reason. Here's a thing that will absolutely baffle you. Not one single Pakistani in my group said, yeah, they deserve it. Not one single Sri Lankan said they deserve it. Only our Indians, yeah, they deserve it. So, you see how divided India itself is. Okay. And I'll give my thoughts also. Okay. Now, as for what I got from reading the article, this Mexican American, somehow she doesn't like these. She doesn't like Indians. Maybe our Indian dialect is funny. Oh, how are you? You're fine? Okay. Maybe she doesn't like that. Maybe she doesn't like the curry, and I don't know how she knows the ass smells of curry. I don't know what she tried to do, but she knows that the ass also smells of curry. Naughty lady. Don't do all those things. Hygiene is important. Okay, so anyway, maybe she doesn't like the food. Or maybe someone took her job. Okay. Now she's unemployed because either an Indian asked for a lower salary, or the Indian is smarter than her and asked for the same salary, or maybe can be better. Okay, let's look at all the possibilities. So, whatever said and done, she doesn't like Indians. Now, I don't know what these four ladies did. Maybe they were talking very loudly. Our Indians have this habit of talking loudly to make sure everyone knows that they are there. This is very common with our Indians. Hey, hi man, how are you? You're fine. Hello. They'll shout so loudly. Right now the whole forest can hear like that. Even when they come down as tourists, they shout. They like to show, we are here, we, look at us. In fact, one Indian lady, when she had come here to Samui, she was in this coffee shop, Amazon, that I was there. And I remember, like, she had this big gold chain. And she had rings. And she was sitting there with her group of girlfriends, and maybe one among the guys was a boyfriend. I went to that lady and I said, excuse me, ma'am, because I could hear them speaking in Hindi. I just told her, as they were talking in Hindi, I could make out the Indians. I said, and I knew they are tourists. So I told them, please, just as a well-wisher, I said, avoid putting this chain showing, because for safety, just for your safety, people on a bike can just snatch it or grab it or whatever. Just saying, for your safety, it's finally up to you. They all looked at me, okay, whatever. So my tattoos. I guess they couldn't figure out that I was Indian, even with my accent. So as I went ordering, what was the response? कौन है ये चूतिया? भोसड़े का कोई होगा, blah blah blah. They went on. अरे इसकी माँ की, and this and that. They went on and what? What? He looks like a beggar. खुद तो भिखारी दिखता है, और दूसरों को something. He went on, and they were laughing and mocking me and all that. Okay, fine. Well, I did my part of the job. Not that I know what happened after that, but this is what it is. So okay, so now coming back to this also, maybe are those four Indian ladies were talking loudly. I'm assuming. However, that doesn't mean that someone should go and scream and shout. The problem with the USA, I'll tell you, one of the biggest problems in USA is they have this self-entitlement of I have a right to carry a gun. I have a right to express. I have a this. I have a that. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry is pounding his chest. I have a right for this and that. And the problem with this self-entitlement is it goes beyond just having verbal diarrhea. They sometimes believe they can use physical force. It's like people don't just want to take the finger; they want to take the whole hand. So that is why, and I'll tell you, you just have to Google search or check on YouTube. Karens, Karens, they're a good term now. If you're parking on a spot and reading about, excuse me, what are you doing? And they'll just come out of the blue. If you're eating, why are you eating so much? Your bad health and you're a bad example for. So people, you can literally walk your dog or you can cycle somewhere. Excuse me, this is not right. You're not supposed to ride on the pavement here. This is a footpath. And he's like, I'm on the cycle track. No, but I can see you coming this side. You get a lot of mad people here. Even when driving, someone will just stop in front of you. No, drive properly. And so there are two sides. In fact, it becomes so crazy that even if a cop asks you, a policeman asks you, can you please step out of the car? I need to check your license. And they will argue, no, why did you stop me? Why did you stop me? This, that, and they'll shout and scream. And then when things escalate, they sue. Okay, I'm not saying all cops are innocent. But if you're polite, if you're nice, and if you show, here's my license, here's my this, sorry if I did anything wrong, whatever. Peace, But these people like to aggravate. Okay, fine. So this Mexican lady chose the path. I am American, I am this, I am that. Fine. Now, little did she know that these Indians, they have been there in USA for maybe 20, 30 years. So she thought these are a couple of tourists and she started saying, I hate you and this and that. Maybe she had a bad day or maybe it was that time of the month for her. Maybe she didn't get laid. Can be anything. Maybe a boyfriend dumped her for Indian. You never know. Now, here's a funny thing. She's a member of a Christian Catholic group, a church. She's a member there. I'm pretty sure many people will distance themselves from her. Anyway, so after all the abuse and all that, they took their cameras and they started to video her behavior. And that aggravated her even more. And then the mistake that she did is she physically tried to hit the camera. I've seen this video. I've actually seen the whole video. So she tried to hit the camera from their hands. And that is where it comes down to assault. And finally, when they didn't back down because there were four of them, she put her hand in the bag and she tried to show that she was taking out a gun. I'm not too sure whether she had a gun or she was faking it. Some people like to fake it. But overall, because all this was going on, they called 911. They called the police. And by the time she knew, oh sheesh, now things are going to get ugly, then she tried to make amends, but it was too late because now they had evidence. And it was not just one phone, it was 4 phones. Okay. So now the question comes, what do I think about it? See, there are two schools of thought here. One side, normal people, they'll say racism is bad. In my groups, when I shared this, there were many people who said racism is bad. The surprising thing is all the Pakistanis, Sri Lankans, everyone said it's bad. The only people who said they deserve it, the only people, were Indians. I'm not joking. The only people who said they deserve it were our Indians. Now, it doesn't mean all those Indians are bad. Some of them I really respect. And I asked them, why do you think they deserve it? Saying, Loy, these our Indians themselves are the worst. We are the most racist. So I said, but isn't this particular incident? Yeah, if you look at this one incident, yes, you're right. But collectively, our Indians have this mentality. And then obviously I probed and asked him, this is someone who I respect. Huh? He said, Loy, in my company, being an Indian, I dread employing Indians. I said, why is that? Saying they are clannish, they come together and they say, back in our India, and then they'll talk in Hindi, Are, uski maa ki, uski this and that. Saying, I don't like that attitude. In fact, he himself told me, then we have North Indians who bitch about South Indians, South Indians who talk about North Indians. Then you have Hindus, Muslims argument. Then you have sometimes BJP and Congress. And he's saying, better than that, I'll just employ someone who is, from the West. Less headache, less drama. This is one opinion. On my Facebook, there is this guy who follows my content. He added me. And best part, he put this video. He put the news link. And he said, why are these NRIs, non-required Indians, okay? Why are they complaining when they themselves treat others like shit? So I just asked him, I told him, I'm also an NRI, non-required Indian. I put it there. So I just am curious to know, why do you feel it is right? He's saying, no, they betrayed our country. They betrayed our country for cash. They went abroad. Now, why are you crying? You deserve it. I was like, okay, fine. That's also another perspective. And then I got another perspective where people said that just because they are earning foreign exchange, they look down upon other Indians. So you see this one incident has so many different opinions. And the best part is our own Indians can't agree whether this incident is right or wrong. I'm not saying all, most of them. Some are saying very good, they deserve it because they are not patriotic, because they gave up their Indian citizenship, because they are earning foreign exchange, because they look down upon others, because it's double standard. They can do it with others, but when it happens to them, they cry. Now, who's wrong? Who's right? So now here, finally, it comes down to what do I think? I have experienced racism right from day one. From my school, whether it is Indians, whether it's Arabs, Jordanians, Syrians, Lebanese, British, American, Canadians, our own Indians, seen all of it. Okay. Now, this is me. I don't know about anyone else. I just realized one thing, you can't change the whole world. You can't change people. Yes, it feels good to say that we need to become the change and Gandhi and all that and make a revolution. Don't stand up, don't take it down. I'm not telling you like bow your head and take shit. That is your perspective. That is your decision. If you can stand up to them and say, bugger off and all that, and you're thrown out from the country and then you can start a new life or you have enough money, fine. But however, imagine someone doesn't have money, is poor, has to take shit because he has to feed his family. What do you do then? What will you take care of this person? He'll stand up for his rights. He gets thrown out. You will take care. If you're not going to take care, then why should he follow your advice? It all comes down to money and power play. If you have shitloads of money and you have shitloads of power, nobody can touch you. You don't have either of these, they'll take shit. And see, let's keep one thing in mind. Every one of us, all of us have our bias. Some have more, some have less. Do all of us tend to have racist tendencies? I believe so. I believe so that we all are slightly racist in some way or another. Means either in terms of preferences or choices. We are a little biased. We are not so fair-minded that Our judgments cannot be clouded with emotions. However, being aware of it is important, and working around it is even more important. You should never cause harm to anyone based on your bias, or not deprive anyone of a fair opportunity. See, me, I also have preferences and biases, but I make sure that I keep them aside. Even if let's say, for example, I'm I'm giving, huh? I'm biased against, say, Muslims or Hindus. Example, okay? Or I'm biased against Christians itself because I'm an ex-Catholic. I've had such bad memories. Now, if a bad incident were to happen, it kind of reinforces, see, you people are pieces of shit. But if a good incident happens, then it's like, there are good people in this world. However, what is important is whether bad or good happens, I have to keep a neutral mindset. It's very easy to jump the gun and say, hey, suppose bad happens. Oh, I knew you people are like this only. It's very easy. Yes, religion, culture, tradition, upbringing, background, country of origin, all these factors come into play. That's why an Indian is like an Indian. American is like American. Chinese is like Chinese. But sadly, in today's day and age, given the fact that information is so freely available, social medias are free, smartphones, you can get, people can get good or bad information. So that is where it is important to use your mind and think. For me, if I were to summarize, I would say racism is bad, okay, but it is an evil that is going to be part of our generation forever. As long as human beings have emotions, feelings, biases, it's never going to go. As long as there are religions, as long as there are cultures, traditions, countries, all this will remain. The only thing what we need is for us to be aware and not allow these incidents to cloud our judgment. And yes, most importantly, let it not bring about more hate and complications than there is. All right. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. And I just hope justice prevails. And this lady anyway has been arrested, $10,000 bond, and plus they'll file some charges against her. And obviously they can't let her go scot-free because then there'll be a furore. And you can be rest assured that she's going to be branded, personal brand. One guy said, no, I'm also a brander like you. She's going to be branded for the rest of her life. So all the best for her seeking employment opportunities or people wanting to associate with her. Anyway, this is what I have to say. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, maybe I'll make another video if you guys are interested on how I faced racism and my experience with it. All right. So, you guys take care. This is me signing off. Bye.